Welcome to my journey. This is my first video into my newfound journey. My name is Dominique and I am a self-proclaimed fashion designer. And I'm going to take you on the journey of pursuing my childhood dream of just owning a clothing brand from really start to finish. I'll take you through the entire week of the things that I'll be working on. I will show you different clips because I do live a normal life as well while I'm trying to start this, but I've been sewing off and on for about 20 years, and it's always been this kind of nudge in the back of my mind that this is something that I wanted to do. Back when it was time for me to go to college, I debated on whether I wanted to do fashion design or something a little bit more practical, like finance. So I went to finance, and fashion design just kind of became more or less of a hobby throughout the years. Every few years I found myself thinking like, man, I really want to pursue this. But each time I kept feeling like, oh, it's too late, or I'm too wrapped up in this corporate life. And I kept like self-doubting that it was even possible for me. I don't have any technical skill. Everything that I know is self-taught. So I always just kind of felt like, you know, who am I to think that I can be a fashion designer and have a whole clothing brand? But that thought and that narrative is no more. Like I said, the thought is not going to go away. And I don't want to be in my 40s, 50s, 60s on my deathbed wondering, damn, what would have happened if I would have just tried? So again, welcome to my journey. A little bit about me, just really high level. Again, I am in the corporate world. I'm a human resource manager in the supply chain industry. You know, it's okay. It fits my personality much better than finance did. However, I'm not a corporate girly, so I'm just ready to kind of start exiting and making my way out. So about my brand name is Kaj, is K-A-J. And it's really just a short form of casual. My aesthetic is elevated casual. So think Aritzia, Mango, Free People, Elsa. Think of those brands when you're thinking of the aesthetic, when you're thinking of quality, when you're thinking of price range. Those are kind of the brands that I am competing, I guess you could say, against. However, I'm not going into this thinking I'm competing. Honestly, I just plan on finding my tribe, finding my community, because I really want to build an organic community. This is not fast fashion. I am wearing all the hats of this business for now. I am the designer, I'm the seamstress, I'm the pattern grader, I'm the model, I'm the marketer, I'm going to be everything. So it very much is not fast fashion. It's quite actually the opposite of that. So much so that my pieces will be limited edition. So if you do get you a cash piece, just know that not very many people in the world will have them. So that is something unique about my brand, and just the fact that I will be hand sewing each piece, each sale that I make will run through these fingers, at least for now, until I can kind of grow and maybe get another seamstress, or at least some type of assistant that can help me, because it's a lot. It's a lot. And I am not a person who is comfortable with social media. I don't care to be in front of the camera, which is another thing that kind of stopped me over the years of kind of starting and stopping pursuing this dream of mine. I've had YouTube like 2 different times now, and each time I just felt like it was very inauthentic to me. And so I just chose not to do it anymore. This is me literally starting from scratch, and you will just see that whole entire process. It's January 2026. I will transparently let you know that I have not just started Cash today. I've been working on it in the background, kind of thinking of some things and making a decision for the past at least month. So I've made a decision, but this year we're really just focused on building the brand. By the end of the year, I would like to have built my social media platforms. I would have dropped at least 2 collections, and I'm thinking kind of 2 mini additional collections in between. But again, I'm one person, so we're gonna have to see how realistic that is. And that'll be the goal for year 1. I mean, I don't have any really specific goals except just to be consistent. That's my theme word for this year, is just consistency. However, by year 2, I would like to start getting some momentum. I want to be able to have a much larger following where there's actual interaction with me in the community. I would like to have made some sales. If by the end of the 2nd year I have made some sales from my collections, then I will be very, very happy. So by the end of 2 years, if I do not get any sales, or I would say not consistent sales, I think at that point I would finally feel comfortable to let go of this dream, and the acknowledgement that I've pursued it, I've tried, I've given it the best that I have, and that, you know, perhaps it is just a hobby. And ultimately the goal is financial freedom. So I'm going to give Cash a solid 2 years, because again, when I'm 95 on my deathbed, I don't want to have this regret. I don't want to regret not ever trying. But this week was about getting started. Over the week, I have really kind of honed in on what Cash is going to look like, how it's going to start, how it's going to happen, which is by moi. I may have to hire certain roles, but as of now, I'm going to do what I can do, because I don't have an unlimited budget for sure. This week, I honed in on that. I cleared out my office space, stay regulated with my fitness since I am the model. I also got my business registered, so it's official. We're in business. That's what I've been just working on this week. I'm really excited to just finally pursue this, you know, unwaveringly. I'm not going to stop, at least until the 2-year mark hits. So December 2027, we'll reassess and take it from there. But in the meantime, you'll see me show up here every week. I'll give you again a little preview of my week, and then we'll talk about what that week's focus was as far as the business is concerned. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you follow the journey. I hope you to pursue whatever your goals are. So with that, I will leave you with, let's have a beautiful and productive week. Ciao.